Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripatanduvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashade Gaura Bhaktavinda. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's always nice to be in the proper mood with the right intention and motivation dun sa mga activities na ginagawa natin. Much more, especially this activity. Kasi we're not doing it to feed our ego. We're not doing this to put ourselves in the higher position, better than others. Hindi natin ginagawa din to para tayo yung mas maraming alam tungkol sa philosophy. No. In the material world, laging ganon. Career ladder, paangatan, pasikatan, paramihan ng followers, subscribers. Even on Olympics, di ba, lahat may position. First, second, third. But in the practice of spirituality, the practice of bhakti, the game is pababaan. Meaning, putting ourselves in a humble position. Bakit mababa? We bow down. Literally. And of course, if you cannot bow down, you can do pranams. But literally, we do bow down, touch our foreheads sa floor. So, to put ourselves, to humble ourselves. So, may mga nakausap ako regarding their assignments in connection sa mga activities, I mean, sa questions natin. Sino dito yung nag-enjoy doing the assignment? Although, sa umpisa medyo, ano mo yan, awkward. medyo, wala sa comfort zone. Yan. So, pero kakaiba experience, right? Wala kayong magawa eh. Kailangan nyo gawin. So, of course, others will share then their experience. Hindi naman kailangan napakahaba. Ha? Just give us the essence ng experience mo. Realizations then. How was the experience and what's your realization? That short. Or if you have also yung previously doubt doing this, then when you do it, in hindsight, ito yung nangyari pala. So, buti na lang ginawa ko. So, something like that. Simple activity. So, how did you feel when you were saying your appreciation, asking questions, and saying your well wishes? Nung ikaw yung nagkasabi, sa'yo nagagaling. You're giving out the energy. And how did you feel when you were appreciated? As with an intention to know you better and receive well wishes. And what's your realizations? So, wag kayong magunahan. Hindi ko alam kung sino unahin, alphabetical ba? Or may magkataas ng kamay? Isa-isa lang. Let me see. Ang nauna nag-volunteer kasi wala nag-volunteer. Okay, let's see. Sino yung mag-volunteer tonight? Mauuna. Then for sure, dire-diretso na yan.
Sige, ako na.
Awesome. Thank you, Vlary. Gusto ko yan.
So, kasi normally, friendly ako sa friends, pero pag strangers, medyo tahimik lang ako. So, it took me out of my comfort zone to make the first move. Pero it was nice, it was light, tapos share a little here and there. So parang now, if ever, for example, magkakaroon ng group activity or magkakaroon ng partnering, hindi na mahihiya.
Mm.
Right? And it was nice also dahil nice to get parang well wishes also from others and then me also being able to give it to them.
Yeah, and wonderful. And thank you very much for that. Ito yung technique sa ganitong participation and mga activities. Mauunahan ka ng mga i-share mo kasi mauuna sila. Yung mga realization nila, like the comfort zone. Narinig ko na rin yun sa ibang realization nyo, di ba? Getting out of the comfort zone. Oh, hindi naman masama umulit, but yeah, naunahan ako. But yeah, thank you very much, Blar. And we are actually trying to get out of that very comfortable comfort zone. Kasi nga, komportable nga and the growth doesn't happen dun sa comfort zone natin. Much more din yung spiritual growth. So, who's next? Oh yeah, even that short. Yeah, and see Mara. I'm seeing Mara's hand. Hi Mara, please, you can unmute.
Yeah. Hello, Hare Krishna, everybody. So yun lang yung yung how I usually see myself na it's easier for me to open up space to other people than accept the space that other people are opening for me. Um and napakita ko yun sa in my reflection na um I sometimes need to trust, like be okay with trusting other people na
Mm.
especially with the intention of, because intention is very important na and being in a space where the intentions are on the same wavelength has, made it so easy and so authentic. Tsaka sobrang nagulat ako at how similar we all are, like how we're all going through the same thing. We have the same reasons for both joy and sadness. And yeah, it makes you realize this is a community indeed. And ayun, yun lang. Parang nagulat lang. Nagulat lang ako na to open up to people. So yeah, it's something that I'm still learning because
Mm.
as a teacher, parang you're used to, di ba, yung ikaw yung linalapitan for help, na ikaw yung mag-o-offer, like ikaw yung magbibigay. But to accept is sometimes harder.
Mm.
But yeah, so yun, thank you. Thank you for this exercise. Like, it was nice to reconnect with you. Oh my gosh, charot. But it was nice to also reconnect with some people here that I've encountered also in some of my classes. So
Mm.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, parang reunion pala yung iba dito. But yeah, that's very important, especially when we're serving the role of a teacher or someone much more senior than others. Minsan, lalo na yung mga healers, those who are always listening, minsan it's draining. Even you're just listening, it drains your sort of energy because there's an energy exchange for sure because of the association. And the main question is, saan ka nag-recharge? Di ba? So that's the thing. If you have, of course, the lineage ng mga teachers or meron ka nung nagka-community, then hindi ka maubusan. No? You have the reservoir of energy to share. The reservoir of love and devotion and care as well. So that's the isang role ng community na to. Thank you very much, Mara. Ganda ng sharing mo. Galing-galing. So next, tingnan natin kung sino yung, di ba? Masabi ko sa inyo, maunahan kayo ng mga sharing and realizations nyo, di ba? Yan, sige, go Keiko. Hare Krishna.
Hi, Krishna, everybody. Just like Mara, I also am a teacher, and Mara and I are actual friends.
Mm.
So, we are similar in that aspect of trust. But I feel privileged enough to experience this um, connection or reaching out to people who are already like-minded individuals. So it made it easier, I feel, to connect and to reach out to people. And then when I did it, yeah, I feel like it was just difficult in the beginning, but like other things, it gets easier and it gets better. And yeah, it was actually fun because I reached out to people are similar, who have similar joys and sadness that as I do. And the more I listened to their voice notes, and I sent a lot, like
Tika 5
and the
minutes ba yan?
more no, I didn't also know that Messenger cuts it off at 1 minute, so I sent a lot. Um, but yeah, it's a good experience, and I'm thankful that I got to do it, and I really bit the bullet and just leaped
Mm.
into reaching out to others, because in a normal situation I wouldn't, unless you're 5 years old. So yeah, or unless you're a dog or something. That's it.
Thank you very much. That's very sweet and the candid thing minsan na yung very natural yung mas nagko-connect. No, you don't have to put up a mask na I have to be like this. I have to present myself like this, my image. Yung ikaw na ikaw, it's very enlivening na okay, I could be myself. It's my safe space and no one's gonna judge me, or if ever there will be some judgment, just doesn't care. I don't know if you notice yung ibang tao kapag tumatanda, nagkakaroon sila lalo ng trust issues. Unlike yung bata, di ba, the innocence is there. So we are responsible to nurture yung trust natin sa mga tao. Yes, you will learn there are those who are really not authentic or just energy sucking na mga vibes yung mga tao, or just they want something from you. Pero alam mo yun, you don't have to close then or build a brick wall just to, be isolated on your own. So, ang sarap ng mga ganong feeling na, okay, I could um, be natural. Thank you very much. And yeah, totoo yan. Trust is very important. So, who's next? Nakita ko si Carly. Are you raising your hand?
No, pero sige.
I volunteer
Okay.
you.
Um, so when I was giving out or when I was reaching out to others, I was shy at first, but then I was more open and game to let them know why I chose them, what I appreciate about them. But then when other people reached out to me and then they were telling me what they appreciate about me, I was like, talaga ba? I mean, in my head. So, parang similar din yung, similar din yung realization ko with Mara and Kiko that, it's really hard to receive. It's easier to provide or to give. But then I realized, and just to add on again to Mara and Kiko sharing, we must also put or be prepared in a position to receive. Because I'm thinking, paano kunwari may inask ka kay Krishna and then you already get it, but because you have that mindset na, talaga ba, ito na ba yun?" How can you really receive, right? So you have to I have to be prepared to receive also. And then, yeah, I also realized na you really receive also whatever you put out there. So if you're
Mm.
open, if you're vulnerable, most likely, and if you are in the right tribe, you will most likely receive that too. Yun lang.
Wonderful, di ba? Buti na lang, binolunteer kita. is it a yes or a yes? So, totoo yun. We have a threshold in receiving. Minsan may awkward na kapag they're glorifying you. Alam mo yung pag may reunion, binibida ka ng nanay mo dun sa mga amiga niya. Awkward naman ng ganun. So, may ganun din when you're receiving, like, in our situation, age group. When you're receiving, parang medyo awkward. Pero, we must also meditate on this not to go sa ego natin. This is not for our ego to be puffed up, na lumobo siya. But we must listen. We must be gentle and also very receiving, open. For what reason? Kasi they're telling you how to live your life. So that's what they see. And it's a standard as well. Oh, you will feel, oh, parang di naman ako with the kindest. Di naman ako with the sweetest. Or maybe I should be also doing that. In, of course, different intentions sila. They're authentically giving you the appreciation. But in our perspective, you can be paradoxical or tingnan natin yung different angle. Oh nga, how would I receive this? Oh nga, no? Okay, so I should practice it much, much more. Diba? I should be much more soft and kind. So, it's also a nice thing to appreciate sa kanila um, while we are receiving it. Yung iba, they are very much expert in that art. They're also glorifying each other. Tapos parang hindi na natapos. But that's the nice thing. It's an opposite um, conversation sa finding faults. And that's very normal. 'Di ba? Magtingin ka lang sa sa internet, people are just finding faults. May nakita lang sila magandang ginawa, hanapin pa rin mga mali. And masarap sa feeling ng ibang tao yun kasi lalo na pag wala silang galaw, wala silang ginagawa, it elevates yung feeling nila pag nagtitingin sila ng mali ng iba. So that's an opposite conversation yung gusto nating gawin. Finding yung good things sa ibang tao. So thank you very much, Carly. So others that who want to volunteer, si Milka. Oy, si Milka. Last time alam mo si Milka, ano rin siya. Hindi naman siya pinilit, pero sa pilitan. Yung sa previous course. Pero ngayon, no, raise her ng hand. Milka, go, please.
Hare Krishna. Ay, hindi niyo po kayo yan. Ayan, uh, nagustuhan ko po yung sinabi ni na Carly, Keiko, and sorry, I forgot yung na nakarelate ako sa sinabi na it's very hard to receive yung compliments and ganyan. It's very hard to trust people lalo kung hindi mo sila kilala talaga. Pero what I learned from this is the third time I'm doing this assignment kasi from the previous batch. What I learned from all those three is that if yung mga nagsisik ng like spirituality and also yung mga Krishna conscious, I think I can say na I can trust them kasi if they're willing to learn about Krishna, parang kahit out of curiosity lang, kahit parang ay anong ginagawa ng ganyan. Parang nag-resonate sa consciousness niya na parang almost involuntarily nagiging pure na rin yung actions nila, I think. So, ayun po, after nung batch 4, parang I tried to reach out to some of the devotees, ganyan, kina Kishori, ganyan. And ang sarap sa feeling. Yun dun ko po na-realize yung association, how important association is na yung mga like-minded persons and mga spiritual persons. So, yun lang. Parang masarap sa feeling ko, yun yung realization ko. And over and over again. And if the next batches po, gagawin ko ulit yung assignment na to. You know? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Milka. Yan, napagaling na artist ni Milka. You can check out her work. Yan. Totoo yun, the association or what we call in the yoga terms, Sangha, Sanskrit. Kung sino yung ipapaligid mo sa'yo, you get the same vibe, same energy. You put yourself in the association of drunkards. Inuman kayo palagi. Or even drugs. You'll do drugs. Or businessman, nag-business kayo, mahawa ka doon, one way or the other. You're sharing the same vibes. So if you put yourself sa tribe na yon na aiming for spirituality, you will feel that you really belong. At the same time, mahata kayo automatic eh. Lalo na sa community na hindi siya hilang pababa, kundi hatakan palapit kay Krishna in that connection. So yung iba nga tawag nila spiritual squad, spiritual tribe, you can name whatever. But I know kung ano yung sinasabi ko na na connection. And that's very important. Thank you, Milka. Okay, next. Tingnan natin. Oh, yan. Oh, we have Krisha, then later si Marie. Krisha, please.
Hi. Hi. Gusto ko na sabihin yung akin para hindi ko na ano, parang baka maulit Okay, so the first thing I wanna say is I wrote it down kasi pag nag-uusap ako palagi ako nakakalimot. So anyway, so okay, okay. Ito na. So even if we're all, what I notice is even if we're all from different backgrounds, it's that it feels good to just make space for people and give them a chance to express what matters to them. Because
Mm.
the three reasons why we're happy and sad is like sort of, the what makes up the things that make our lives more meaningful. So it's happy. Like I'm happy that I got to like see the differences and the things that are super alike. Parang wala akong nakausap na hindi kami alike at least one or two. And then yun, ang ganda lang na to make space for people and to be given space also to express yourself. It's so I wish everyone can experience something like this. Like even if they don't find Krishna consciousness. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, ang ganda ng sharing mo. Very um, concise but eloquent. And totoo yun. We're looking for connection talaga, di ba? The soul, gusto na lang to be loved and to love. Pero pag wala kang makonektahan na tao, parang, alam mo yun, ano ka ba, umaapaw ka and also uhaw ka sa love. Hanggang mabigay mo na lang siya sa, you can give it sa pets, you can give it sa mga bagay, di ba? Pero it's natural kapag you're connecting with other humans. Lalong-lalo na if there's really a connection, literally and figuratively. Thank you very much, Krisha. And we have, sino yung nagtaas kanina? Si Marie. Ay, sino? Sino yung nagtaas kanina? Si Marie, diba? Ayan, okay. Hi, Marie.
Hello po. Is it clear? Is my audio clear? Okay. Sorry, I cannot open my cam. Kaka-booster shot ko lang kasi. Tas medyo, I'm very sick looking. So, ayun, I just want to share na I have the same sentiments as Milka. Ako kasi galing ako sa, parang mass org. And we have these disposition checks. We call it disposition check where we ask each other how are we doing. Tapos mag-sharing kami. That's how we create bonds with newer members and yung older members. So parang yung time na yun, like, we have the same beliefs, we're in the same wavelength, so lahat kami nagkakasundo. So same lang here in this community. I believe na we're all here for a certain reason. We're all in this space because we're sharing our energies and we want to be connected. There's something in us that wants to be nourished. So we're here to encourage other people, and the same, we're here to receive the love that they are willing to give us. So ayun po yung aking realization. Thank you.
Salamat, Marie. And totoo yun. Like what also Milka said and others, na sana ma-experience ng iba yung real connection. But sadly, hindi siya basta-basta ma-experience. We have been living in this life according sa age natin ngayon, di ba? Pero the real connection sobrang bihira. Minsan may tao ka makikilala and even sandali lang, it affects your life. Minsan the whole lifetime. Minsan good or minsan bad, di ba? Minsan bad connection talaga. Pag walang connection, parang ano rin ang awkward din di ba? Let's say, di ba, if you're living in a condo, apartment and all, may kapitbahay ka doon pero are you automatically connected? Hindi na uso ngayon yung nagbibigayan ng ulam di ba? Pero, to think, yung fact na closely, ang lapit nyo lang, pero I bet, yung mga monk hindi pwede mag-gambling. Pero I bet, hindi mo kabisado lahat ng pangalan ng kapitbahay mo. Di ba? So, And minsan, yung mga malalayo pa, yung nagkakaroon ka ng connection, just like what we're having here. Where it doesn't lessen yung effectivity ng connection kapag hindi physically nagkikita. Diba? Like us, we're connected online. Maging affected lang yung online na connection natin kapag walang internet. Like last night. But yeah, seriously speaking, minsan ganun talaga. Minsan ka mag-anak din, di ba? You don't automatically feel na connected. Lahat ng sa angkan ka, kasundo or may that deep connection. Minsan yung friends, yung kinoconsider mong family, di ba? So iba-iba and we're looking and we're searching for that. Thank you. And yes, who's next? May mga nag-yes. Ayan, may nag-raise ng hand. Let's go, Bea.
Hi. Hello. Do I sound okay then? Hi, okay. So, yeah. So, syempre, as a representative sa samahan ng introverts, I was one of the ones na very anxious and shy to message everyone. But, ayun nga, like, it's not every day that you find people and you find a community like this. So, I tried to push it aside kasi sayang yung opportunity to be able to connect to people na on the same path. Parang if I didn't do this, I knew na I would regret it.
Hmm.
And also just the opportunity as well to be able to give appreciation to people. Like I really do believe na kindness goes a long way. And when you compliment someone kasi, 'di ba? Parang it really brightens up someone's day. You may not know what they're going through. Baka that one simple compliment or appreciation, super laki na pala nun for them. And that's also one of the things na we don't usually get to practice, especially with new people. So, might as well. And ayun lang. Thank you.
Ganda, ang ganda nun. Yeah, that's very true. Even our small gestures of appreciation to people we know or people we don't know, us being gentle, um, it will affect everyone in different grades. Diba? We don't know kung may pinagdadaanan din yung mga tao and everyone is fighting their own inner battle. Yan yung mga gestures natin na binibigay sa kanila. Minsan baon na nila yun for the rest of the day or kahit yung few seconds of greeting na yun, na appreciation sa kanila. Minsan baon nila yun for the whole week nila or for the whole month. 'Di ba? When you appreciated their work. You know, when, like, me personally, I have a habit of talking to people, yung mga guards, even as a parking attendant, whatever na situation, I'll just greet them and all. Iba, people treat them as just workers, 'di ba? Not personal. Pero makikita mo genuinely mag-smile sila. Or minsan ayaw nila yung work nila or ayaw nila yung ginagawa na nila. Pero okay, now I'm making sense. So, very free that we could give that. Wala mawawala sa'yo. Di ba? But rather, you'll gain something. You'll have that sense of parang responsibility nga to share this energy na meron. Remember that we are studying this not for people to be talking and talking and spitting out all the knowledge and philosophy na pinag-aaral natin na napakadami terminologies. But the essence is for us to apply it in our lives through actions. So, ang ganda ng sharing na yun. May nagpahabol, pahabol na realization ni Mara. I realized then that we need to receive to other people so that so they can also fulfill their duty to serve and also love. Yeah, that's very true. Just like me, I'm very grateful that you're here because you're giving me the opportunity to serve because this is my service. Those who ask me the three reasons that are making me happy. Number one, done because I'm doing this service. As a monk, this is my dharma and swadharma. So, ang sarap pag nagagawa yan and you are the element na nagpo-fulfill nung buong formula. So yes, let's have, I think two more. May few slides tayo tonight, pero I don't mind. I don't mind na mas maiksi yun. Pero maiksi lang naman yung mga 4 slides or 5, 6 slides pala yun. Sige, sinong next na mag-volunteer or i-volunteer ko? Yan. I was about to say na yung side naman ng mga male energy. Yan. We'll have Jake tas si Maui next.
Okay. Oo nga, no? Parang first pa lang akong guy na mag-share
Yeah.
for today. So, yun, Hare Krishna, everyone, and good evening, Prabhu. So, it's a very good experience yung pag-reach out. Kasi aminado ako, I'm part of the tropang introverts din. So, hindi ako yung
Same.
people after the assignment, nag-reach out kagad ako. So, talagang parang may reflection pang nangyari, yung parang kung sino yung mag-reach out. So, yun, medyo nahihiya pa ako. So, yun, so it's a very good experience. So, in terms of reaching out, yun nga, nakakahiya at first. Pero when you reached out, parang nabe-break na yung ice. Yun yung experience ko. Then, the thing that I love about reaching out to others or to the folks here is yung parang I get a chance to see or hear a different point of view in life. So, I'm grateful to parang minakausap ako na parang she's already doing what I'm aspiring to be in the near future. So it's a very good experience kasi yun nga, it's a very somehow answer ba? Parang may mga questions ako ngayon na parang na-answer because physically this person is already on that level in her life. So it's a very good experience. Then in terms of receiving, receiving messages, well wishes, and compliments. So at first, I admit awkward siya, pero eventually nakakakilig na din yung feeling. So actually, isa-save ko yung kasi mga audio yun mga audio files. So isa-save ko siya, tapos papakinggan ko siya every morning para somehow positive
Oh.
kagad yung start ng ko. Then lastly, parang one realization ko on this activity is when we are up to choose our parang top 3 na parang that makes us happy. So most of the time, I'm amazed na parang hindi siya material things. Kasi pretty much all of us are humans. Lahat tayo has a lot of things na parang nakakapagpasaya sa atin. Pero if we were to choose the top 3, for example, imagine wala tayong pipiliin na parang magka-sports car, etc. So, sumisimple na parang parang it's a self-reflection na parang, okay, ito pala yung tatlo na parang nakakapagpasaya sa akin na parang hindi pala need na parang material yung bagay like parang being of service to others or as simple as having some personal time with yourself. So, yan. So, it's parang it's a reminder at parang it gave me a chance to, self-check then kung ano talaga yung nakakapagpasaya sa akin. And of course, the thing that makes me sad. So, yan. That's it for me, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Jake. And ang ganda ng sharing ni Prabhu kasi yeah, these questions, it might look simple kapag tinitignan mo siya. Pero pag mag-iisip ka na, oo nga, no? 'Di ba? I've been living this life every day, pero ano nga ba? 'Di ba? And masaya siya matutunan in connection sa having some friends. Kasi you might know, pwedeng yung favorite niya or history niya, yung mga pinagagawa niyo masaya sa akin, hindi. 'Di ba? Or nakakatawa, 'di ba? May mga ganong idea tayo. Pero ano nga ba yung things na pwedeng magpasaya sa kanya? And of course, if you're a friend, 'di ba? You'll note that. You'll remember that and you'll try your best na palaging mangyari 'yon. And totoo 'yon na nagiging mas simple, hindi na yung puro material. Pero of course, parang self-check 'yon na, oh, teka lang, oh nga, no, bakit ba hindi ako nagko-focus dun sa bagay na magkapasaya sa akin. Dito ako nakafocus sa material. Or dun sa magkapalungkot sa akin. Eh di alam mo na kung paano mo alagaan yung sarili mo, i-heal yung sarili mo. So that's very true. And ang sarap din, like, you can listen to those appreciation, di ba? Next time, gawin mo ng alarm yun sa umaga pa lang, no? Rinig yung boses ng kaklase mo. Yan. So thank you, Jake. So we have, I think yung nagtaas kanina si Maui, no? Tama ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello,
Hi,
Maui.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Can you hear
Krishna.
me? Yeah. Sorry, naubos na yung nasa cheat sheet ko. Na-cover na yata lahat. So, ang isi-share ko lang siguro apart from dun sa mga sinabi nila na nandun sa cheat sheet ko. May notes din kasi ako. So, naubos na. I'm very, very grateful to everyone, to every soul to reach out and dun sa mga gusto ko rin i-reach out pero we don't have enough time na. Sobrang grateful ako na nag-connect tayo through through the chat. So, thank you so much. Yun lang. Sobrang for how many years I've been longing for parang a community, a family.
So, dito ko siya nahanap. Kaya parang right now, apart from a grateful heart, iniisip ko ngayon, ano kaya yung purpose ko? Ano kaya yung pwede ko pang i-serve kay Krishna on this? On the
Mm.
learning, sa lahat ng mga narinig ko sa inyo. Parang, what's the next step? Kasi everyone's grateful. Everyone's, alam mo yun, parang we are all on the right path. Pero paano pa natin to ma-enhance or ma-improve, right? So ngayon nandun na ako sa ano pa yung maitulong ko to other people.
Mm.
So, yun. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Salamat.
As mentioned nga by Jake, sorry, as mentioned nga by Jake, a simple message. Sobrang
Mhm.
grateful na parang, uy, may message ako na inbox. Uy, I have this, I have that, I have the voice message. Sobrang as simple as that. You guys made my day. Thank you so much.
Galing, no? Parang the
Yeah.
messengers, tama nga yung sabi niya, Jack, may kilig factor nga, di ba? You know, kailan ka ba huling kinilig? Yung- Pero we have this. And yeah, di ba? Simple, very simple. Pero the connection is there. And true enough, ang ganda ng question mo, Maui, na what's next? Of course, that will be the next chapters and sessions natin. But yeah, just to give you some idea, yeah, previously, ibang batch, gumawa kami ng mga feeding programs, mga vegetarian feeding programs. We did it in Tondo. Um, like, of course, nag-raise kami ng funds for Cebu, nangyari lang last time for that super typhoon. Yung mga, tapos may mga friends kami, mga Bhakti Yogis na nag-feeding doon, vegetarian feeding. So this kind of activity service outside yung community and also inside the community are happening. Even online, nakakagulat na, uy, it's happening. Nagtutulungan yung iba. Like, I was surprised even, kailan ba to? 2 weeks ago, before we start, I was also busy and puyat ako. A lot of my previous students from this community na got positive. Tapos, they're also in the same diet, plant-based diet sila, and the family are not really appreciative of that. Tapos wala siyang kakainin. Then other classmates and yung mga kasama sa community are sending her food and sobrang dami. Nagreklamo na siya na, teka lang, tama na, ang dami ko lang kakain. Wala nga ako panlasa, tas ang dami. Dapat padala niyo to pag may panlasa ako. So nakakatuwa lang with that community. Tapos they're always giving back, nag-aalagaan sila. Of course, hindi lang siya basta-basta connection and care and yung mga activities na to. It will be guided through the scriptures, even the charity. It will be discussed Bhagavad Gita, how we could really serve. So yeah, gagawin natin yon. Let's all meditate, introspect, pray na matapos kagad tong pandemic na to. I've been saying this for years na. Pero once matapos to, mas marami tayong activities na gagawin. So, tingnan natin kung may pahabol pang realization. If going once. Yan. So again, thank you very much. Ako naman, I've been doing this for some time. And yung mga nag-asa ka ng questions, still, napapaisip ako. Nag-upgrade din yung answers ko. Iba yung una nagtanong sa akin, tapos yung mga bandang pang-apat, pang-lima na, iba na yung sagot ko. Ito, nag-upgrade na. Oh, kasi naisip mo lalo naisip mo parate Then, you'll consider getting the essence. O nga, no? Ito pala yung nagkapalungkot, nagkapasaya sa akin. And even though I'm trying to serve as a facilitator of this activity, I get also the bliss na in connection. And I know where it will go. That connection will be something not superficial or shallow. It will be much more deeper as we move forward. Just introduction pa lang yung pangyayari. And I've seen it in other batches then pre-pandemic also na the connection is really there. Lalo na kapag may deep or spiritual connection. Hindi siya yung, alam mo yun, same na kayo nag-work for now. Dati madali nung bata tayo kasi same kayo ng school, classmate mo siya, may mga activities, may assignment. Pero pansinin nyo, ilan na lang yung mga friends mo na kasama mo sa school. Busy na lahat eh. You'll get to have the reunion every year or once in a while. Minsan 10 years na. O sa Facebook mo na nakikita. Pero now parang we want to value sino yung mga connecta natin. And to move forward, yeah, we still have few minutes. Just a disclaimer, we will extend a little bit to tonight. We will not chant, and hopefully nakapag-chant kayo tonight. May nagtanong sa akin kailan daw may mga chanting sa gabi. It will be a surprise. Para you will make a way pa rin to chant during the day. Hindi tayo aasa na baka mag-chant kami mamay na larado. Charot. So that will be your addition. Kasi minimum lang naman eh. You can chant more than that minimum. So, hindi ka pwede bumaba sa minimum, but you can chant. Walang maximum. So, ito yung activity natin. And welcome. Ito yung relationship with others. Ito yung practice natin ng personalists. You get to know, di ba? We're knowing ourselves. We're the soul. Now we're knowing other souls in human forms. It's a human. In the verse sa Bhagavad Gita 5.18, I'll ask someone to read. Andito ba si Stan? Stan, you have a mic, di ba? Could you read this, please?
So, the humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. Bhagavad Gita 5.18.
Yes. So this is coming from the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you, Stan. A humble sage. Sage is a saintly person, or if you're not a saint, will not consider, of course. A saintly person will not consider na saint siya. That's a number one quality. But yeah, we're trying to develop yung mga qualities of this Bhakti Yogi. Then, virtue of true knowledge, having that knowledge that we're studying. See, with equal vision, a learned and gentle Brahmana, like this is like a priest, a Brahmana. A cow, so that's in an animal form. An elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. A dog eater is considered as a different kind of, hindi man different kind, pero a different lifestyle of people. They don't discriminate what food they eat, diba? Pero they see it equally. So we're trying to practice it. Na nakita natin yung tao, not just the body, but also we see them as a soul. If one is doing that, one is trying to practice this. It's hard, of course, kasi you will see through the eyes first. But if you consider that, oh, soul din sila, just like me, soul din sila. Hindi automatic may connection, but you know, the respect, the way we see na he's more than that body, more than that skin or body type or work or occupation. Hindi lang siya basta-basta ganon. See them as a soul. Imagine mo, ganito mag-isip lahat ng tao. There will be no war, di ba? May nakita ko si Dan. Hi, Dan. There will be no war or racism. Kasi they see na soul. Di ba? People won't exploit the animals just for what? Piece of their tusk. Diba? They will. So, mag-iiba per yung perspective. So, Bhagavad Gita, si Krishna is telling this sa 5.18. There's a verse, if you got the larger bundle of books, may book doon na Nectar of Instructions, just like we read last time. It goes, the text goes, Dadati prati grinati guyam akiti prichati bungte bujayati chaiva sadvidham priti lakshanam. May kawadan. Yan. Could you read, please? I think yung connection Oh, narinig niyo ba si Dan? Or ako lang yung hindi? Okay, I think nag-intermittent yung connection niya. Let's see. Ayan, si Mariel, could you read this, please? You have a mic ba si Mariel? Yes, awesome.
Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasada and offering prasada are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another.
Thank you, Meryl. Next cadenza, next reading. So these are the six loving exchanges of one by one devotee to another, a devotee, a personalist. So ito yung loving exchanges, giving gifts and accepting gifts. So hindi lang pwedeng giving ka lang. If someone give something to you, you must accept it. Minsan nga may ganun na minsan di mo ganun kailangan pero it's the thought that counts or very very simple lang. Pero the gesture of accepting, just like yung pahabol na realization kanina. The gesture of accepting, even the um, appreciation. So, importante yon. Revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially. So, ito yung ginawa natin. You're opening up, trying to be vulnerable and revealing yung mind natin in confidence na, okay, with trust. And inquiring confidentially. We're asking. It is also true with the association or yung sangha in yung mga friends natin or yung mga connection natin, teachers natin. Because we should ask, di ba? Accepting prasada and offering prasada. This is a new word, prasada or prasadam. This is food. Anong klaseng food? This is a plant-based sattvic food na it's offered kay Krishna. So it will be spiritualized. Discuss natin to further. Don't worry. Pero very important yan. So it's a spiritual food. A high intention, love intention food. If you eat from the place na yung mga cook nagsisigawan, yung nag-serve galit, di ba? Hindi mo magugustuhan yung consciousness na alam mo yun, may pakiramdam pagtapos mo kumain aside from busog ka. Parang iba, ang bigat. Di ba? Or pag yung taong galit, di ba? Ang hindi masarap. Pero if one is eating even simple food, 'di ba? Munggo lang 'yan, 'di ba? Fried tofu lang. Pero cook with love. Iba yung paramdam din kahit very simple. 'Di ba? Iba yung lutong bahay, 'di ba? So what more pa pag it is intentionally offered kay Krishna or try to offer it to Krishna. Then afterwards you'll honor you're gonna eat the food. This prasadam, giving and accepting food. So like yung sabi ko kanina, yung mga nagkasakit, they're exchanging. Diba? Buti may Lala move, diba? Nagpapalitan sila ng food. Hindi na over the backod, over, ano. So these are the six loving exchanges. We're aiming to practice this, the exchanges between different bhakti yogis. So why do we need a ride or die friend? Ito yung topic natin tonight. And the practice of spirituality, hindi mo siya magagawa alone. You can suppress your emotions, your feelings, yung desire natin. Suppress mo lang. Ibig sabihin, suppress, pinipigilan mo lang, pero kakawala siya in time. You will not feel satisfied. And that connection to other people is very important. Ride or die is parang ultimate, the best friend. Diba? A true friend. Sabi nga kapag may dalawang tao na alam mo yon, magkakalala sila, so-called friends, tapos nakita mo sila nag-yosi sa labas after kumain, hindi daw talaga sila magkaibigan. Kasi they're letting each other na maging mag-suffer yung health because of their vices. Although magkasundo sila sa vices, pero pinapabayaan mo yun eh. Hinayaan mo siya. Although you don't have to control, pero it's normal. Tapos pinapabayaan ka rin niya. So in a deeper or darker relationship, those who are magkasundo sila sa vices, drugs and all. No, they're not friends. Magkasundo lang sila doon. Pag wala na siyang stuff or nagbago na siya, hindi na sila basta-basta friends. Or hinahayaan mo. Ride or dies, they care. They are well-wishers. They will not control you, but they want to help you with consent, of course. So, napaka-importante nito. Bakit ride or die? Kasi may mga bagay na yung connection mo hindi mo measure ng yung mga normal na perception ng tao, ng paningin ng tao. O hindi naman kayo magkamag-anak, hindi naman kayo even classmates, pero nag-connect, di ba? Tapos you're willing to help in whatever way dun sa tao na yon. Ganun din siya sa'yo. Hindi other way around lang ah. Hindi yung may kailangan ka lang sa kanya, ikaw hindi mo rin gagawin. So, hindi lang tayo maghanap ng ride or die. Kailangan natin i-qualify yung sarili natin na ganun ba tayo sa ibang tao din. Just like, ayoko na yung friend na yun kasi toxic siya. Tas toxic siya. Pag naririnig mo yun, teka lang, lahat na lang ng naging kaibigan mo or ka-relationship mo toxic. Di ba? Not realizing, teka lang, baka ako yun ah. Baka ikaw yung toxic, di ba? Na, okay, pwedeng ganun na-attract mo yung mga tao sa paligid mo. Pero baka ikaw yun. Di ba? Not knowing or just people are just tiptoeing sa paligid mo para hindi ka mairita kasi ikaw nga pala yun. So these are just humble or maturity na na-experience natin na we don't look sa paligid. Find fault sa sarili natin that we need to improve. And we see sa ibang tao yung mga good qualities nila. So we look for ride or die friend, but we also qualify ourselves to be a ride or die friend. So there's another text, yung mga nag-yoga, I presume na alam nyo to. This is coming from the Patanjali Sutra. A text from the scriptures ni Patanjali. So Dan, it's our time to shine. Please, yung translation lang.
By cultivating attitudes of friendliness towards the happy, compassion for the unhappy, delight in the virtuous, and disregard towards the wicked, the mind stuff retains its undisturbed calmness.
Thank you very much. Ang calm ng voice ni Dan, ano? So yes, that's very true. This is the Yoga Sutra. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekshanam. Sukha, Dukha. This is Sukha, Dukha, happy and unhappy. Punya, Apunya, virtuous and wicked. Visayanam. So, yung ang ganda ng Sanskrit kasi kung paano nila in-explain. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita. Karuna is compassion. Yan. So here, line per line, it was translated by cultivating attitudes of friendliness towards the happy. So finding your own tribe. Hanapin mo yung may connection ka. Cultivating the attitude. So yung connection mo na yun, i-cultivate mo, i-nourish mo. Not just, ano mo yun, may connection lang kayo. Alagaan mo siya. Just like friendship, relationship. Alagaan mo, cultivate mo. Yung mga in connection. And secondly, compassion for the unhappy. Part of being human is nararamdaman mo, na-empathize mo yung feelings ng ibang tao. You don't have to be depressed na ganun ka na rin. Pero you can put yourself sa shoes nila. You can try your best to help. If no, at least meditate and say a prayer. Or find a way, di ba? If you're able to. Pero alam mo yun, nakakalungkot kapag nakita mo silang suffering. Compassion for the unhappy. And delight in the virtuous. Another term for this is celebrate other success. So we must check, paano tayo, ano nararamdaman natin kapag yung mga kakalala natin or yung mga dating kaklase mo, sobrang successful sila. Diba? In the internet world, very sad na kapag may successful na tao, may hanaping mali yung ibang tao magko-comment. Hindi naman siya ganyan dati. Diba? Merong may sour graping. Pero how do we feel kapag yung mga tao sa paligid natin are becoming successful or winning, virtuous? We must cultivate that attitude of celebrating their success. If ganun yung attitude mo, magiging sobrang happy ka kasi ang daming nananalo sa paligid mo, di ba? You're not claiming their credit. Pero alam mo yun, masaya ka para sa kanila. Genuinely. Saying it or without saying it. But masaya ka para sa kanila. And disregard toward the wicked. So, mga apunya. Madalas ganito sa Sanskrit, punya and apunya. A is will give you the opposite, apunya. So, the wicked. There will be times na kahit anong try natin na mas maging good vibes lang, kalmado, banayad, or other terms pa, shanti-shanti at peace. There will be times na may mga tao talagang would push you to the limit. Yung tolerance mo. Or wala, baka may karma lang kayo. Ultimately, irritable ka sa kanya. At wala siyang ginagawa. Or talagang pag-irigon yun talaga, may mga makukulit na tita, di ba? Hanapan ka ng anak. Or tumaba ka. May mga super tita na parang, ay, dalawa si tita. Mga ano lang to, example lang to. Hindi ko sabing true story to. Alam mo yun, hindi natin maiwasan yung ganito, even in the road. Diba? Meron talagang um, nakakainis. Ayun, yung the right term. Or talagang gusto mong iwasan. So, the practice of respecting from a distance, we should practice. Still may respect pa rin. You're keeping your distance kasi pwedeng natitrigger mo siya para maging galon yung um, treatment niya sa'yo. Tapos other way around then, di ba? Hindi lang kayo jive. You can remain, have a safe distance, pero with all due respect. Di ba? Pag sobrang close, medyo parang may clash eh. And have that, hindi mo siya tatablahin or ibablock. If you want to do that because of severity ng situation, why not? Pero still, hindi tayo mag-ill-wish sa kanila. We're trying to be well-wisher. And we're trying to also cultivate yung idea na mag-introspect sa sarili natin. Baka nga naman meron ako nasabi or nagawa na will trigger him or that person. 8 o'clock na, malapit na tayo matapos. So the mind stuff retains its undisturbed calmness. If one is trying to practice this, one will remain calm. Ito yung peace na hinahanap mo. Peace of mind. Try to practice this. You'll become satisfied. And also, we should also apply this in this community. So the glorification, finding the good thing about others, as well as celebrating their success, and using the heart and those who are suffering. Hindi yung, may sakit ako eh. Kaya mo yan. Kasi ano eh, ako kaya ko nga yung ganyan eh. Nagamot lang ako na ganito eh. Alam mo yun, walang puso. na, so, although tama yung sinabi mo, pero walang puso. We should use the heart, especially in connecting. So, personal. Yung mga personalists, ganito yung practice natin. Impersonal would be, yan, walang pakialam, walang connection. Diba? Ako lang. And we want to connect. Not to intrude then sa life nila, of course. Ayun nga, the consent should be important. It's a big help kasi in this community, first layer ng question natin, yung connection, parang solve ka agad kasi we are united because of same reasons. So these are the practices that we should cultivate to become a ride or die friend and to find a ride or die friend or community. And I just want to tell na hindi porket one is practicing bhakti, perfect na. Or a devotee na perfect na silang tao. We are all trying our best na ma-develop yung mga ganitong qualities. There might be glitches na, oy, parang di naman ganun sinabi ni Radha Charan tapos ganyan siya. We must not find the fault. Remember, we're all trying to cleanse our unwanted baggages. And while we're cleansing, may mga lumalabas dun sa, may alikabok sa room. Diba? May mga lumalabas. Diba? And if you're gonna be a safe space, na okay, if lumalabas yung mga ganun sa kanila, safe space mo kami. Don't worry. And nalilipas din naman yun eh. And if we're experiencing that, just let it be. Huwag mo tambayan. Part of cleansing, di ba? Pwedeng habang naglilinis ka ng room, atching ka. Pero hindi ibig sabihin titigil ka na. Continue pa rin yung cleansing, yung purification ng heart natin. So, hindi perfect yung mga nagka-practice ng bhakti. Kung perfect ka na, perfect soul ka na, wala ka na rito sa material world. So, it's safe space means yung process natin ng growing, cleansing, purification, giving each other a space now you can grow, you can mature, you can do your purification, and you're safe with us. Diba? Pwede man natin i-tolerate yung mga mishaps ng mga, alam mo yun, sa community. In mature way, of course. So, assignment for tomorrow, before yung question and answer. You don't have to pass me the exact name, pero just for us to think. List down 5 to 10 names from your circle of friends. Or parang ride or die mo, yung consider mo talagang kaibigan. Knowing na nagiging deeper pa yung explanation natin sa friendship, relationship, that relationship. Sino nga ba? And you'll be surprised na, ano, parang hirap mag-ipon ng 10. Ang dami kong friends sa Facebook. Pero yung you will consider na ride or die mo, tapos kino-consider ka na ride or die nila. Diba? 5 to 10 lang naman. Diba? If hindi umabot or sumobra, why not? Walang rules. At walang kopyahan to kasi kanya-kanya friends kayo. And list down the names of your mentor or mentors. You consider your spiritual teacher or you seek advice palagi pag may mga important decision ka. Material or spiritual mentors. Yan. So yeah, so happy then. Until now, connected pa rin kami ng mga sa mentorship or may spiritual mentors. And if you have read the 4.34, medyo mas mako-connect nyo to. So isang assignment yung last time. Due pareho tomorrow. So, those who haven't shared kanina, I'll be expecting some sharing or activities next time. Pero before we go sa question and answer na minsan nag-extend na matagal, parang podcast, picture muna tayo everyone. Please open your cameras. And if may mga post kayo, please tag me, Instagram or Facebook. So yes, wala akong TikTok. May TikTok ako pero wala laman yun. So okay na yung Instagram sa Facebook. Hard to handle lang yung dalawa eh. Yes. So those who are also trying to heal this time, please, if you need anything also that we could assist, please let me know then. Let us know then. Yan, picture tayo everyone. Ayan, Meryl, nakakahabol pa si Meryl. Let's see. But yeah, count of 3 and 1, 2, 3, smile. We can do our pranams. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, my dear ones. Again and again, I am always humbled and honored spending my night with you all. It's a very nice way to end the day. Diba? Those who joined din kaninang umaga sa chanting session saka dun sa podcast, maraming salamat. And kakaiba yung feeling kapag sinasandwich mo yung day, di ba? You're starting off with a spiritual activity, another one at night, tapos the rest of the day, iba ramdam. To think few minutes lang yon or an hour or two. Pero a nice morning and evening routine. Thank you very much and I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being you, for walking the earth. Aliana, Siana, Hare Krishna, Bea, Hare Krishna, we have Blar, Hare Krishna. Thank you sa mga sharings ninyo, ang ganda. Krisha, we have Dan, Hare Krishna, Jake, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Carly, Keiko, we have Maya, Mara, Marie, Maui, si Net, yan, Team Puyat, si PY, yan, Stan, and Milka. Those who are gonna do their duties, please do so. Don't delay it. Pakainin niyo yung mga anak niyo dyan. Let me be the reason para magutom sila. Thank you sa mga nag-thank you. And all this things that you've been glorifying me are all coming from my guru and I give my credit sa kanya. If you have some question, you can raise your hand. And also, you could type. Pero you can raise na lang para hindi ka na mahirapan mag-type. If you have some question dun sa dalawang verse din na tignan natin. Yung iba nahihirapan sila dun sa main question, palaging question. I'll start off. Paano yon kapag respecting the distance pero kasama ko sa bahay yung yung nagbibigay sa akin ng trigger palagi. Or kasama mo sa work. Di ba? Di ba? Nakaka-relate, di ba? Kasi, di ba, paano ka matitrigger ng taong di mo nakakasama? Sa paligid mo lang siya, di ba? Pero how will you do it na, hindi naman ako pwedeng mag-quit ng work. Hindi naman ako pwedeng umalis ng bahay dahil lang doon, di ba? So, parang may mga ganong bagay. That's one, na-receive ko yun ng different batches yung question na yun. Baka kayo wala kayong ganong experience kaya hindi nyo tinanong. But yeah, true enough, may mga na-experience na ganon. It doesn't mean that you have the distance physically lang. Remember, we could be connected very close even physically hindi tayo magkasama. Ganun din, even parang kapitbahay, kasama mo siya pero hindi kayo close yung heart nyo. And that's why people are shouting with each other kapag nag-aaway sila. Di ba? Um, if you're gonna use your intelligence, ba't sila nagisigawan? Di ba sila nagkakarinigan? It is because their hearts are so far away. Diba? Hindi mo ako narinig. Gusto mo express, hindi kayo nagkakaintindihan. Hindi niya naririnig sinasabi mo. Hindi mo rin naririnig yung sinasabi na kahit nagkisigawan na kayo. That is why it feels good kapag someone listens to you, like really attentively. Diba? Pero ganun din kapag people are fighting, diba? They're arguing, they're shouting, not just to prove a point, pero yung heart nila malayo na. So sad na nakikita natin to. Diba? In the real life saka sa movies. No? They're fighting. What do you want? So, may mga ganitong bagay na nangyayari. And andyan lang siya sa paligid, di ba? Pero kahit na, alam mo yun, nasa paligid siya, we must give respect. Pero iwasan mo na pumunta doon sa situation na magkakaroon ng mga commotion. You don't like that, di ba? Kahit manalo ka sa argument, di ba? Kahit makapag-clap back ka na maayos sa kanya. Pero, at the end of the day, it's hard to carry na ikaw yung, alam mo yun, hurt mo yung feeling niya. Unless you're that really vain na masaya ka. Na, ano. Pero you're cultivating that soft heart eh. And that's why we practice Krishna consciousness, the chanting of Hare Krishna. This is Bhakti Yoga. We want to soften our hearts. Kasi tinatanggal nga natin yung hard removings eh. Yung mga, ano mo yun, calluses eh. Yung unwanted baggage. We want to cultivate soft heart. And kapag ginawa mo yun, masakit din sa atin. Di ba? Kung parent ka, pinagalitin, sinigawan mo yung anak mo kasi sobrang, alam mo yun, troublesome siya. Masakit din sa puso ng parent eh. Di ba? Kaya papaluin mo siya, kailangan mo talaga siyang paluin. Pero masakit sa puso. Ganon din sa ibang tao, kahit kaaway mo siya. Diba? Parang, if you're that really a human, or hindi ka, ano mo yun, aged by, or makapal na yung coverings mo. So, we don't want to be in that situation. That's why we respect from a distance. Kahit kasama mo siya. So, find a way na may sweet spot na right distance na, ano mo yun, kailangan pa rin. Don't disown your anak ka. Baka yung anak mo yun sinasabi. Yung sinasabi mo na. Ayoko, respect from a distance ako sa anak ko. I'll leave the, yung mga baggages. Unwanted baggages ko to. Hindi naman dapat ganun. Diba? Baka yung iba may time din. They're trying to cultivate din yung, or hinihil nila yung sarili nila. Or give them the proper space and time to heal themselves. So, be a person na, a safe person niya. Pero syempre, kapag andyan na yung trigger or may pwedeng nag-build up na friction, then have your safe distance pa rin ulit. Alam mo yun, just be mature enough na hindi umabot sa ganun level. Pa hindi tayo may iwasan. May mga ganun sitwasyon talaga palagi. Diba? You don't have to look far. Sa paligid mo lang din. But, like the decision making na tinuturo sa atin sa Bhagavad Gita, it's all decision making. Anong gagawin ni Arjuna? So, ano yung magiging decision mo? Some would, pag di na-control yung tongue, would say something. Tapos, dapat di ko sinabi yan eh. Nasakta ko yung damdamin niya, nasakta ko yung, na-hurt ko siya. Kahit na, totoo naman, pero ayaw mo nang galing sa'yo. So, magsisisi ka, ba't mo sinabi? Pero, yung iba, marirealize nila after months, after years, na sila pala yung cause ng trauma ng tao na yun. Diba? Feeling natin tayo toxic siya, pero tayo rin pala yung toxic sa buhay nila. Tapos tayo rin nagbibigay ng trauma. Maturity means kaya mo tignan yung sarili mo in that perspective na baka ako yon. So, para hindi umabot sa level na gano'n, respect from a distance. With respect pa rin. So, if nasa gano'n level sila, be the bigger person na, okay, I can do this, diba? Tolerate have a safe space sa kanila. Tapos wag mo damdamin yung mga ibang sinasabi ng ibang tao or wag ka mag-overthink na bago rin tingin nila sa'yo. Hindi yon. Hindi ka yung bida sa mundo nila. Una, hindi ka na yung bida sa mundo mo, sa buhay mo. Hindi rin lalo ikaw yung bida sa buhay nila. So, I mean, a great relief na tanggal ng mabigat na dala. So, that's one question and ang sarap ng mga answer na yun. Answer for a friend. Yeah, say, kahit same roof. Same roof kasi same building. Hindi ko sabing same bahay. Same roof naman yung building, di ba? So, mangyayari yun, di ba? Kung asawa mo yun, mag-usap kayo na maayos. Ayusin nyo yan, mag-asawa kayo eh. Nag-vow kayo pareho. Ayusin nyo yan. Diba? You have to be responsible. Don't escape, katulad ni Arjuna, na gusto niya mangyari. You have a vow, diba? Grow together, make mistakes together, but be mature enough to fix that things. Kung sino yung closest to you is the biggest trigger minsan. Yes, that's very true. Diba? Love and hate relationship. And alam mo kung sino yung pinaka pwedeng magbigay sa'yo ng masakit na bagay, masakit na word or experience. Yung taong may trust ka o yung friend mo. Mas masakit ma-broken heart sa friend kaysa sa part. Ayun ko ah. Kayo makakasabi niyan. More expert than me. Pero may ganang feeling na, ano, minsan tinulungan mo, or tinulungan ka, or may deep connection na kayo. Tapos biglang may ganon, di ba? In whatever reason, na biglang na-break yung bridge nyo. So ano, paano? Di ba? Sige, Milka, please.
Hello po. Yung question ko po is sa friend. How can we help our friend to avoid how can we help our friends avoid yung mga biases ng ganun? When I remember po sa ibang lessons po na we shouldn't be teaching or preaching to other people except for our students and for our children. Kung tama po yung memory ko.
Ganda na
So,
memory
how
mo.
can we help po yung friends natin, hindi naman natin anak or students? Yun.
Ang ganda ng question na yan eh. First of all, thank you kasi ang ganda ng memory mo rin. Hindi ko na nisip ko, sinabi ko ba yun? But yeah, I just remembered. Yung ibang tao hindi mo project. Di ba? Parang, kaya ako ginagawa to para matuto siya. For what? A great analogy for that. It's hard to save a person na nalulunod kapag di niya alam nalulunod siya. Teka lang, anong ginagawa mo? Okay lang ako dito. Safe ako nalulunod. Gusto ko to, di ba? Ang dami namang lulong sa drugs kahit di natin friends eh. Ba't, di ba? Pero ayaw nila eh. Hirap gisingin yung nagtutulog-tulogan. Or yun nga, the analogy of nalulunod. And also, it's hard to save a person na nalulunod kapag you're not that expert swimmer. Iba pa yung marunong mag-swimming nga. Iba pa yung mag-swimming ka nang save ka ng tao kasi pumipigla sila, mabigat. It's different. Baka madala ka nila. Diba? Associate ka ng associate sa kanila tapos di mo alam, kasama mo na uli sila dun sa mga vices. Nadala ka uli ng energy nila. So, differently, we must know our position. Of course, with their consent, pag lumapit sila sa'yo, I want help. Gusto ko matigil to. Diba? Or, perfect na pwede natin gawin is through our example. Diba? Just like yung sinabi natin last time, doon nag-ios yung tatay. Oh, huwag mo gagawin to. Nakita ng anak, dito maganda. That's not a very good example, diba? Pag nakikita niya yung dad niya na ganun, same. Or magagalit yung tao sa anak kasi cellphone ng cellphone. Pero yung nanay, ganun din. Diba? If the parents are reading books, yung anak will copy. So, same thing with our friends, diba? Them seeing us in a sober situation, that's one big thing for them. Siyempre, time will tell kailan nila gusto ma-realize yun or they will ask questions. But we cannot force them, lalo na pag against the will nila. Diba? Pero darating yung time that people will ask, diba? Paano mo nagawa yun? Paano ka nakatigil sa vices? Or bakit wala kang bisyo? Di ba? You're a cool person, di ba? Ba't di mo kailangan ng alak para maging cool? So, may ganon factor. So, unless you're mentee mo nga sila, ikaw yung mentor, they're giving you license kasi to correct them, to help them, assist them, 'di ba? To give advice kasi kino-consider ka rin nila na mentor. Eh. Sila mismo yung lumapit. Eh. You cannot volunteer yourself as a mentor then. Sila yung lumapit, 'di ba? Or i-counsel ka nila, 'di ba? Or yun nga parent, 'di ba? That's their duty to guide us. The rest, you could give your opinion, 'di ba? But you cannot really force or minsan yung opinion di rin welcome. Just you being there is a big thing na. Especially if you're that strong na, okay, ba't di ka nagbibisyo? Ganun. But you don't have to put yourself in danger then. Na pwedeng, alam mo yun, makuha yung energy, mahawa ka nung sa paligid. I've seen this sa ibang na nagka-practice ng ganito, ang ganitong spirituality. Sometimes they will distance themselves muna sa mga old friends nila. Siyempre, kasi pag sumama, they want to be sober, babalik yung bisyo kasi andyan lang eh. Di ba? Old habits die hard. So, distance muna sila. And kapag medyo strong na sila, sumasama na uli sila. Pero ayaw niya pumunta dun sa deeper, alam mo yun, pag nasa vices na. Vices doesn't mean intoxication lang. Madaming pwedeng maging vices. Gambling, di ba? Women, di ba? Chasing women, puro vice, puro ganun lang, di ba? So, pwedeng may mga ganung bagay. So, bago sila sumama, kailangan magpaka-strong muna sila. Get the association muna ng mga, alam mo yun, ganun ka-strong. If we are also fighting a battle with our vices, then associate with people na hindi ganun. Na they know how to control their senses and themselves. And kapag nakasama mo na sila, even without speaking, mahahawa rin sila doon sa energy na yun. Minsan, last option na yung magsalita. So, I'll stop talking. Mara, please. No, so you're raising your hand.
Yeah, in relation to what you were saying, that we also have our own attachments, diba? We also have our own vices whatsoever. So my question is, how can we be more compassionate towards ourselves? Whenever we find ourselves stumbling or kasi ako honestly nung binabasa ko yung Bhagavad Gita, as in may thoughts of self-judgment ako na, oh no, but like I'm still attached to certain things, and then I start to question, should I continue reading this book if I have these flaws whatsoever? So how how can I bring in that love, that compassion towards the self as I go throughout this journey? Kasi nakakapagod maghusga ng sarili.
Mm-hmm.
Nakaka-dishearten siya. So, yun. Yun yung question ko.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question actually. So much appreciated. And that's very important to really not just appreciate others, but appreciate yourself. There are two ways to see yung growth natin. Number one, if you're really competitive, di ba? We're not trying to be competitive sa bawat isa. Yeah, competition mo lang yung sarili mo. Pero kailangan sports ka rin. Di ba? Yung mga contact sports, after ng fight nila, bati sila. Di ba? So, kung matalo ka, okay, di bukas, bawi ako sa'yo. I'll improve myself pa. Same thing with judging ourselves. It's unfair if you're gonna judge ourselves. It's okay also to really know kung ano yung situation natin. If you're really addicted to something, di ba? Sabi mo na addicted ka sa internet, 7 hours a day. Hindi mo pwedeng i-deny yun. Di ba? So, that's a fact. Not a judgment. Totoo yun. Pero how to address that? Ito na yung ito na yung kailangan mo ng sarili mong introspect sa sarili mo. May na yung board meeting. Pero minsan, di ba, hindi nang effective yung board meeting. That's why we need a teacher, si Arjuna. Kailangan niya na si Krishna to guide him. Kasi, we're caught in the situation nga, di ba? Tapos di tayo makapag-isip ng tama. Like si Arjuna, I'm bewildered. Because of my early weakness, 'di ba? Lost all of my composure. Same, 'di ba? Wala yung self-esteem natin ang baba, wala tayong tiwala sa decision making natin. Iba yung may judge natin yung sarili natin. Parang hindi ko deserving ituloy ito. Same, 'di ba? Nako-connect mo yung sarili mo kay Arjuna eh. So that's why teachers or the mentor is very important because siya yung may sober perspective, sober view kung ano nangyayari sa atin. And of course, they're much more advanced kaya siya magiging mentor or spiritual teacher. Kasi may teacher din siya. Tapos may teacher din siya. So, we cannot live this life and lalo na lang yung spiritual life alone. So, we need some association. We need to have a teacher that could help us with this bewilderment. So, it's normal to feel like that kasi um, sometimes we need to grow, magiging critical tayo sa sarili natin. Lalo na kung medyo mas uh, gusto natin yung growth, productivity, diba? Creativity. Diba? Pag artist din naman, gano'n naman talaga eh, diba? Tingnan mo yung, kung artist ka, tingnan mo yung mga lumang painting mo. Diba? Yung iba nag-in love sa, uy, ganda kulit ng painting ko dati. Pero iba parang pangit, ayaw mong tignan. Kasi dito yung gustong-gusto marinig yung boses nila. Pag nag-voicemail kayo, pinapakinggan mo ba yung boses mo? Di ba hindi? Ang awkward, di ba? Parang boses boses lata. Di ba? Pero yung iba masasabi na ang calm ng voice mo. Pero parang di naman. Same thing with us, di ba? So, ganun din, if we want to improve ourselves, we must seek association and yung advice ng mentors natin. So, don't trust our mind. Kasi yung mind, judge nila ibang tao, judge nila yung sarili mo rin. The mind is playing tricks. So, ano ba talaga, di ba? You ask, like Arjuna asked Krishna, he bowed down, put himself in a lower position in humility. I'm your disciple, a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So, normal na pupunta tayo sa sitwasyon na yun. Not just reading Bhagavad Gita. Minsan with other association, parang, hindi naman ako belong dito sa group na to. Napakababait nila. Parang, I know myself. I'm just trying hard. Di ba? It's okay. Di ba? Kailangan natin pumunta sa sitwasyon na yun. Pupush natin yung sarili natin. But it will be fun and much more intimate and personal if you let others push you, lalo na yung mentor, na you're opening up. Please guide me. Diba? You're giving license for them to give you feedback. Diba? Sabi nga, feedback is the breakfast of champion. Kasi you're asking always things to improve. So you can improve yourself. Hindi lang yung ang galing mo, di ba? Parang sabi nga ni Bey. Ang dami magkasabi sa'yo nun. Pero very rare. Tapos alam mo yun, hindi for the motive na pahiyain ka, pero kakasapin ka, things to improve. Yung marunong magbigay ng feedback, kaya nila i-sandwich. Tapos masarap pakinggan. Oo nga no, genuinely yung care niya sa akin. You will grow. Yung mga magagaling even sa sports, may coach sila. Yung coach ba, ibig sabihin magaling sa mag-basketball kaysa kay Michael Jordan? No. Pero nakita niya yung point of view na yun. In spirituality, we need that as well. Pag may mentor ka, mabilis ka mag-grow as an artist, as a businessman, or whatever sa industry. So, ganun din sa spirituality. Much more. Sabi ni Maya, I learned from therapy and meditation, when you catch yourself judging yourself, take a step back, acknowledge the bad thought, and practice loving and kindness. Buuin mo by complimenting yourself. Yeah, you can have your self-affirmation. Not just to flatter. Diba? Pero yeah, you can balance. Ikaw lang din naman yun eh. Board meeting mo eh. So yeah, you can be your own therapist. You can have your therapist as well. And you can have your spiritual teacher. Sobra yan. Self-compassion, yeah. We must be compassionate to those who are suffering. Kung ikaw yung nag-suffer, you must be compassionate sa sarili mo. Don't take out yourself sa picture. Remember yung mga nagpapakabayani na mamatay. Nagiging picture sila sa pera. Diba? Or, ayun nga, gusto mo sumagip na nalulunod, di ka pala magaling mag-swimming, lunod ka rin. So, you have to save yourself as well. You have to know, ito na lang yung greatest na, perfect na term for that. You have to know na hindi ka yung pinakamagaling. You have to know na kailangan mo rin ng help ng ibang tao. Kapag ganun tingin natin sa sarili tayo pinakamagaling, lagi ka madi-disappoint sa sarili mo. Tapos yung greatest critic mo rin yung sarili mo. Tapos hindi siya constructive criticism. The critic to put you down. So we don't want that. That is our mind becoming our worst enemy. So before kayo mapuyat, may last question ba kayo? If there will be none, thank you very much for staying. 30 minutes na naman tayo. Ayan, may nagtaas na kami nagbaba. Sorry, sino yon? Nahiya. Sino nahiya? May nakataas na kami or kanina pa siguro to. So if you are also trying to share something or nahiya ka, you can message me then. And I'm having also mga Zoom calls, like just um, meetings or question and answer, personal and all. Usually after lunch happen yan. So let me know and may mga available time naman ako. Gabi usually I do that. Kapag wala tayong class, maybe I could do that. And also morning wala talaga, busy talaga ngayon. But yeah, if you want, you can have a schedule then. Or by group or three, ganun. Not bad. Thank you very much, Mara, Krisha, Stan, Maui, Blar, Maya, Bea, Milka, Carly, Keiko, Marie, and PY. If you want to join tomorrow's session for chanting, please do so. Same room, same password. Same din sa Monk in the Middle podcast natin. It's a deeper philosophy of yoga, but I'm sure you can relate if you wish to. Hare Krishna, everyone. Good night, and please be safe palagi. Ride or die.